Everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kariba Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. Our big story tonight at 5, Arizona has executed the second man in just the last month.
After going more than 8 years without putting any prisoners to death.
Frank Atwood was executed for the kidnapping and murder of Vicki Lynne Hoskinson when she was just 8 years old. The Tucson girl went missing while riding her bike in her own neighborhood. She was out running an errand for her mom to drop off a birthday card. Her bike was found abandoned, and then her remains were discovered in the desert 20 miles from her home.
Frank Atwood was arrested and convicted for Vicki's murder. When police arrested him, he was already on parole for another kidnapping. A witness and physical evidence tied Atwood to Vicki's death. Joe Dana spent the day in Florence while the execution was carried out and explains why this case changed state law.
Vicki Lynne's murder not only sent shockwaves through the state, it prompted many people to ask why Frank Atwood was allowed to be out in public in the first place. He had been on parole for a previous kidnapping when Vicki Lynne was murdered. In 1985, the state passed the Dangerous Crimes Against Children Act, which carried tougher penalties for those convicted of sex crimes against children. It took 12 minutes from the time a relaxant was pumped into Frank Atwood's body, then chemicals meant to stop his breath and heart, for medics to pronounce him dead. Witnesses to the death say the convicted killer was calm and cooperative and appeared to fall asleep and snore before turning a gray color. The man convicted of murdering an 8-year-old girl and carrying out a crime that rocked a southern Arizona community was dead.
Our family has waited for 37 years, 8 months, and 22 days for this day to come.
Vicki Lynne's mother saying she didn't want family or friends of her daughter to dwell on the loss.
Vicki, I want you to be free, little one. Rest easy, our precious little girl. May your spirit soar as it continues to live with us, in us, and through us forever.
Over the years, Atwood maintained his innocence. Attorneys filing appeals on his behalf questioned the strength of the forensic evidence and said prosecutors used Atwood's criminal past against him.
This execution is wrong. It's wrong in that Mr. Atwood's conviction is wrong, and it's wrong because the process for execution in Arizona is fundamentally broken.
But the family of Vicki says this day represents a balance of justice.
We can never thank every single person who have been a part of this journey with us.
Asked for any final words, Frank Atwood thanked the priest who was in the room with him, his wife, who was among the observers, and his legal team. He then said that he was asking God for mercy. Joe Dana, 12 News.